Alright, everybody, we have our next match of LUTI. Once again, being from the top division, we have Seafoam, newly formed team, versus a very aggressive pickup on multiple top teams, White Noise. And we're with match number 1. This is a best of 9 set, meaning the first 5 wins, and this is being streamed live on twitch.tv/ProChara. So if you want to come over here and bet all these torpedoes, aka my channel, boys, feel free to do so. But we got a pop going on to one side, and not too much happening so far. Very neutral start, as is typical with mincemeat here. And we're seeing the crabs on both the left and the right side. Seafoam's going to opt to give up space. Except Max is going to be absolutely demolishing that crab. Orion trying to come in to help clean up. Will be able to get another kill, but it's still a 2v2 here. Slider not going to do too much. Shadow going to clean up kills. Should easily be able to clean up the Rapid Blaster. We'll get the jump first, then the Rapid. That's a huge advantage if they can snag that checkpoint early. But Orion's going to come in quickly. They're going to have to take out the Tetra first. Are able to do it, but it's costing them a bit of time. Barry moving back to the corner. The mist is set up. The Rapid's in position. Max goes down, but they are able to get the checkpoint, but it's much less clean than they would have liked. Orion is already back. That quick respawn coming very in handy here. Gonna opt to drop down, but there's just way too many members of Seafoam at the ready, able to clean up that fight very quickly. And now Seafoam getting set up on the high ground with a crab. Not the best crab spot here for a push, but definitely a threatening one. Madness with the wall set up behind them. Do they have enough to move the Rainmaker, though? I'm seeing a strange lack of resources on this side of the map. Max is going to have to grab it if you don't want it to reset. He's not going to pick it up. It's going back to the middle of the map. And with a lot of advantage, the push doesn't really get as far as you'd expect. Madness gets picked early as well, and the Rapid's going to be able to poke everybody off that left car. Has a vacuum ready to try to push through mid. Orion at the front, trying to find a way forward. Both crabs being used in the same spot, though. That's definitely not what you want. You want to space them out a bit, and Max slays another crab. That is what Bucket is good at in this meta, being able to deal with crabs, and this is one of the better maps to do so. Tri-Strike being popped right here, gonna pressure all corners of the map. Finds the Tetra Dually, gets stuck behind them, gets off the Reef Slider with a triple kill. You do not see that every day, but that's probably gonna open it for them. Shadow's crab is desperately trying to hold it. Jared gonna have a crab battle, but it'll be the vacuum that secures it. Not sure if that second crab was super needed, and he goes down early. This could be bad, but they do have another crab ready. Able to secure the Rainmaker, get a push over here using that alternate fire mode of paint along the way. Orion distracting, and it gets all the way to 10. Very clean push. And wow, out of all things to get a dominant push, you would not expect it to be the Shark, but every now and then something like that can happen. Orion's going to try to take some time, but does get cleaned up fairly quickly. Tri-Strike and Will being used very close together, but not a whole lot of movement from the side of Seafoam. Madness goes up, but it gets picked off by the Rapid quickly. And it's going to be really important for Seafoam to take the left side of the map and be able to move the Rapid out of the way. Otherwise, it's just going to absolutely mow through their team on the high ground on that left drop. Super easy for the Rapid to safely space there. We have a vacuum ready for this push here. Trying to get set up on the right side of the map. The missiles are going to do a good job separating the Rapid from the rest of the team. Even Jared has to move back, and that leaves the Rainmaker for dead. At least on the opposite corner of the map. Going to take some time for Seafoam to regroup. And this Rapid is putting in a lot of work so far this match. Tri-Strike's coming out, not finding anything just yet. We are seeing Crab on top. Tetris slips behind, gets AoE'd though. The Bucket will be able to clean it up, but not without a trade. Crab Battle Royale in the bottom right corner. The orange Crab is going to win. Going to go for some AoE fire to chase the kill. Are they going to be able to get it? No, not quite. Seafoam's been able to secure their way into mid, but they haven't really been able to get too much farther than that. There's going to be some pain going on. We have the whale at the ready. Seafoam has this comp stacked with displacement specials, but it looks like they're having a hard time getting in anyway. Max should be able to get this kill here. It's another even trade, but that's perfectly fine for White Noise. They have a QR weapon, they have a massive lead, and a Rapid to give jumps. They're more than happy to continue trading and just taking time right now. Seafoam's going to need to pick up the pace to push through mid here. They finally have an opportunity. Two of them are backed up on their snipe. This Crab's going to put in a lot of damage. Manages to hit someone quite a bit. Barry grabbing the Rainmaker. The checkpoint is down, so this push is not as bad as it seems. The Tri-Strike's going to be able to move the grab, get it out of the standard fire mode, but not before the damage has been done. Max unable to get that kill. Vacuum and a lot of resources used on the defending team, but it's stopping the push very handily. Shadow trying to get some jumps into his teammates. that he's standing very close to them. That's going to put them in a bit of the same spot. The Tetra Dually putting a lot of pressure. The burst bombs for support, ensuring that they can't take any fights. And Madness and Shadow in the bottom left corner are unable to find a way in. Max on the right side trying to poke. They're going to need to get that Rainmaker. Max is going to have to pick it up here. Not optimally what this team does, but they're going to have to make this work. No checkpoint to give them extra time since they cleared it earlier. Going to have to go all the way to 9. We have one crab ready on the defending team. Gonna opt to jump out to be safe. 2 players on snipe. We are seeing really defensive play from White Noise is what we expect. Seafoam is going to be trying to push in, and everyone but the Tetra is going to play super safe. Play for that vacuum. Play for the crab. We see one crab fight, but it's not enough. Rainmaker tries to push front, but doesn't have the resources to make it in. None of those displacement specials at the ready, and the crab will secure a kill to get game 1 to White Noise. I think the biggest fault of this match was just Seafoam's push. It was really poorly executed. There were too many people on that snipe. It is important, but getting a crab up there and the gal is just a lot of resources, and that crab can't easily help the other side of the map. The mobility of that special is kind of the main weakness, and that just left the right side not really having enough resources, and then that push got stopped super early. Hopping into game number 2, and we will be going to zones. Zones, Makomar. Definitely more of a Seafoam favored map. This is one of the weaker quick respawn maps in the game because there's not too much space to push ahead. You can't really be as aggressive as you would want, but they aren't running full QR. It's mostly just going to hurt the Tetra. And of course, Mako is a very, very strong bucket map, which is obviously good for Max. Could also see E-Liter here. E-Liter is pretty good, so we'll have to see what happens. This is a league, not a tournament. There's not an official stream. I am casting for this set. That's just matches that are spaced out over a very long period of time. A little bit different than a normal tournament. This is a very crucial DivX match. LUTI is Leagues Under the Ink. It is the name of the league. I believe this is the 11th season of LUTI. Game number 2. Not much on the side of Seafoam changing here other than that second Splash-O-Matic, and no changes. Oh no, we are seeing a change. We're going with the normal Rapid. We've been seeing a bit more of that as it's been proven again and again how situational Vacuum is. And so far, we have a pretty passive opening on both sides. Splash on the left corner looking for a burst bomb, gets immediately dropped on by one of the members of Seafoam, but 2 of them go down immediately. Tetra in the corner gonna get picked off as well. A nice double from, I believe that is Madness. Has a crab here to secure a bit of a foothold on the stack. Both stacks very, very important in this map. One gets picked off, the crab gonna easily secure the Tetra. And I'm not sure if I agree with this crap from Jared. It's going to stall some time, but if it doesn't find a kill, it's not going to do too much here. And the crab's going to be able to be used right afterward to put a lot of pressure. Tri-Strike a bit too far behind the crab in order to kill it there. Does a little bit of damage. And that's a lot down on the side of White Noise. Rapid barely making it out of there alive. Uses the mine, though, set up, and one of the members of Seafoam gets a little bit too greedy, gets chip damage here. Rapid going to be really aggressive to try and take space, but the missiles are going to put a lot of pressure. They have a Tri-Strike, though, and there's not a whole lot of aggressive pressure to capitalize on that Rapid, who's going to be getting another pick onto Max. And the Splash is just going to absolutely be doing some damage here. Barry able to get the last kill, has their own Ink Mine set up on the flank, and going to be able to get that next pair of 10 missiles up soon. So far, a bit of passive play. The missiles are going to be the main thing to open things up. Right now, Orion is just trying to take some time. Mine goes off to weaken him, though, and Shadow's going to be able to get the kill there. Crab being used, but the missiles and Tri-Strike are absolutely going to move it out of the way. Does basically nothing. Madness's Crab gets shredded by the enemy Crab that was stuck under the wall. And Orion's trying to follow up on that. They're not able to help him. Going to opt to instead just win the Crab fight. And once again, Tri-Strikes are coming out. Again, not quite on the Crab. A little bit missed their mark, and the Crab is able to find a kill because of that. Shark absolutely runs over the splash. And Orion able to get that respawn Punisher kill. Has Taunt, which has the ability to respawn punish someone who you have affected. Very useful for this weapon with how much it goes down. Tries to jump out, but not quite the right play there. And Madness is going to be able to sneak up onto the enemy stack. Rapid going to try to contest it, and Madness going to opt to use his Crab here. Not sure if that needed, but better safe than sorry here. But the enemy Crab is going to be able to immediately secure it. And also going to be trapping Max. Splash goes down. Madness will trade it out. Madness gets 2. And Max is still alive somehow for the time being. Tetra gets behind, but gets hit by the bucket for the 70 damage. But somehow it's not enough as Jared survives. One of the members of Seafoam jumps out. And as this back and forth game continues, we're starting to slowly see an advantage for White Noise. Key difference here is they're going to have both the Tri-Strike and hopefully the Crab Tank at the ready to defend here. However, they're being pushed far away from the zone, and it's going to flip before the Tri-Strikes even land. Crab is able to get 1 pick. We're 1-1 on each side here. Jared trying to maintain some space. A beautiful direct from Taco there is going to secure a little bit more control. And Jared is just trying to push this left side, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to get a kill here by himself. His teammate's going to opt to Crab to stall things out a little bit, but it's going to be over by the time Seafoam actually starts their push. Tri-Strike's coming out. Jared trying to shark. The missiles find him, but not really a reaction happening to it. Manages to kill Shadow, and Jared's going to opt to retreat here, try to paint the zone and be able to stay alive. That ink bind helping just a little bit, but it will still flip. Neither team has been able to successfully maintain control of the middle of the map. That is a big struggle on this map. And that is a nice use of the squid roll from Madness. He has a lot of players on him right now. Just wants to keep the attention and hopefully get out with his life. Trying to get a Crab. Able to stay alive for a little bit. Gonna jump out to be safe. Does have that Crab Tank ready. Missiles land to move the enemy team back, but that Rapid's putting a lot of pressure on the stack. And once again, another player sneaks up on the right side to take out the Crab Tank. But Barry will be able to shut that down just in the nick of time. But a lot of points on the board for White Noise. They have more of a safety net than they probably should have had on that push. Luckily, a Crab and Tri-Strike are being used here. If they're going to be able to hold, that would be good. But no, the direct on a Madness going to be saving them here. Rapid able to get some follow-up damage to push someone into the side. And the Rapid just is not going down this game. Seafoam have had a lot of trouble being able to deal with this player, and they've been constantly poking them out of the stacks. They need to have an answer for this player if they want to move forward here. Taco gonna probably opt to stay safe here. Doesn't need to do too much. Wants to have those Tri-Strikes ready, especially on a zone this small. They are very, very useful at the cap. Mine gonna be able to secure a pick. This splash has to come big, and they do. They get the kills they need, and they have a Crab Tank at the ready. That is a full wipe on the side of White Noise. And with the Crab Tank, can we see them secure it? They do go down, though. Jared able to pick them off early, and if he can get out of here without dying, that could be huge. But he doesn't. A bomb from Madness able to secure it, or from Max able to secure it. Madness super jumps in. The Tri-Strikes are wasted. The only special at the ready is the Shark. Many of the members of White Noise are staggered. The Tetra is low, gonna have to pop the Shark here. Madness gets out of the way. We're 3v3 in the fight here. Jared without ink on the right side of the map needs to go down, but it doesn't happen. They get behind Barry, and they're just barely able to secure the zone. That was a great hold toward the end of the game. If that splash didn't get picked off and they have the Crab Tank to defend, I think they could have done it, but just barely not enough here as White Noise takes game 2. You hear my dog in the background shaking out of excitement for that overtime ending. I'd say the main thing Seafoam is struggling with is being able to take care of that Rapid Blaster. They try to push forward onto the enemy stack, but every time the Rapid is able to clear them off that position, they need to deal with that player and push them further away or get them picked off. And the one time they did is the one time they got a good hold. If they're not able to find an answer to the Rapid Blaster, they'll be constantly giving jumps to the Tetra, try striking for retake, and poking them out of key positions. And right now, if they want to win this set, they need to find an answer to it. We are on Clan Blitz Scourge. A bit more of an open map here. A very, very wide mid we're going to be seeing. Not a lot of approach options, though, and the Great Path is very good for the Rapid to deal with. So a bit of a back and forth map. We'll have to see what the teams can come up with. And we might even see a Tenebrella from Shadow. I'm not sure, but we'll see. No major changes. They're going to go back to the 52, but no temp this time around. Standard stuff for both sides. We'll have to see what Seafoam's going to do. Bit of a slow opening here, except for the Tetra, of course, making his way to the enemy plant as per usual, but does go down quite early. Crab on the left side, going to get a bit of value. The missile's not really able to do too much. Not a lot of follow-up for them in this case. And with that nerf, using missiles poorly is a lot more punishable because it takes you a long time to farm them. And we have a disconnect. Alright, there should be a replay here. It was, of course, very early, so the match will be restarted. All good. We have a DC from Shadow. So should wait a second, or maybe it'll be a bit for them to reset their net. No worries here. Hopefully it does not happen another time. Also, I believe our voting has concluded, with the final percentage being 54 to Seafoam and 46 to White Noise, 214 channel points to 256. That is almost 500,000 channel points on the line. That is a lot of torpedoes, guys. Anyway, we're going to be hopping straight into the set. I love that the spectators are already up. Thank you, Splatoon 3, for the quality of life changes. Of course, going to be same map mode, no comp changes, no gear changes, of course, since we are doing a replay. So we're going to see the same stuff, but we might see a little bit of a different opening plan. That is pretty common on these. All right, seeing very similar openings to the previous game. Max probably just gonna chill with Barry to make sure the Tetra can't push. But the downside to that is there's not really gonna be anyone super far on the right side. It's gonna force Seafoam to have a bit of a slow opening here. But Orion does go down very early along with Jared here. That is really good for them as April is backed up slowly. Even the Flings are able to find a kill on the Rapid. Maybe that's going to be their answer here. And Seafoam with a very early advantage this time around, taking mid. Crab Tank does come out from Shadow here, trying to get some pressure onto the enemy Crab. Able to just straight up kill it without even having to worry about breaking the Crab this time. Will have to drop off there, but Madness is there. No, even Madness gets backed up. And now they're going to be at a bit of a different angle here. We do see the Tetra behind them, but they're going to have a bit of a difficult time trying to find a kill here. Mainly just trying to slow down the Clams coming in from mid, but does get picked off. At least Max being traded out here, and the Crab from Jared should stop the push. This is a bit of the difficult part of this map. You can score from this right side, but because of how narrow it is, Crab is very good at stopping it one way or the other. So you want to get all the way around to the left side of the map to have two options to push in from. But getting over there with only the Great Bridge as your option is very, very difficult. Tetra probably with the best answer for with those 4 dodge rolls. We'll have to see if it can pay off here. And right now, White Noise are setting up very well on this side here. A very nice kill onto the flings. Are really clean shots coming out here. 3 players on the right side trying to hold off here. And the football is made on the defending team. Splash ball coming out to try to hold. The Shark's going to go right through it, though. But the Tetra gets punished immediately. There wasn't a fast follow-up. Another player goes down. The Whale and Strike's going to be used. Not sure if both of them were needed, but better safe than sorry. And that leaves everyone but the Rapid Blaster desperately trying to escape. Does manage to find a direct onto the Slosher, but not enough to maintain map control. Tetra Dooley goes down. And we're slowly seeing Seafoam maintain map control. They don't have a power clam quite yet. Gonna need a little bit more in order to get their push started. But right now, they seem to be doing a great job getting control. A snipe from the Crab Tank, though, hits Barry on the other side of the wall. 3 people go down. A football is made, at least. They're going to try to hold on to the power clam, get the passive special charge at the ready. But the other team is getting set up here. Tri-strikes to clear the front. There goes Orion and Jared to push in as the Rapid scores the football. And the Reef Slider once again running over a player before going down. But once again, we're not seeing the other side of the map taken for this push, which means once again, the Crab Tank going to be able to secure it quite easily here. April going to opt to push in with Orion, able to get a kill, but not able to get out with their life. Probably not worth it there. Max has the Tri-Strike ready to push up the right side. Rapid Blaster going to opt to drop in a mid. Or no, that was the Tetra. The Rapid's going to stay up there, opt to play defensive. Strike's going to be used to try to find the Tetra. Does work, but not before they find a trade. This Crab Tank on the right side takes a lot of damage. Flings is actually one of the better weapons at damaging Crab here. And they do finally go down. Still, though, mid being actively contested by White Noise. Another player goes down. This Crab player really needs to stay alive. You want to have that for the defense. Manages to find their way out of mid, but now Seafoam going to be gaining full control. Crab Tank going to be popped on their defending side to try to contest the bridge. Splash pushes in, and I think the Crab AoE finds 3 people in one shot. And Seafoam is now on the defending side. All they have is a Tenemis already, and they're going to be able to use that, but not before the Power Clam will secure the lead. And it's going to keep going. This time the Crab is on the left side of the map, able to put a lot more pressure. Max goes down, Madness goes down, and the Clams are going to keep coming for the time being. Shadow trying to stop it, but can't find a player. And we are running low on time. More Clams for the defending side. Rapid trying to toss some, but the player they were tossing it to is just absolutely dead. Madness will be taking the Clams instead. And they're going to be able to hopefully find the Tetra. No, the Tetra are going to be able to trade them out. And Seafoam, still players down right now, are struggling to get into mid and really get map control. The Crab is almost at the ready here. If we can see a good play here, that would be good. But the Tetra sneaks up onto the Splash-O-Matic, is able to find him. And the Tri-Strikes are coming out for the defending team, trying to secure a little bit more map controls. They hold mid. The football does die as well, meaning it's just Barry, who cannot afford to lose that football if they want overtime. Going to be able to missile all 4 enemy players, but it's only Madness following up, meaning it's only going to result in a trade. Barry's going to have to try to stay alive here. Getting a football to the enemy basket alone is going to be a challenge, let alone scoring enough points for the lead. This looks really difficult for Seafoam. Right now, the 52 is able to find a kill with Tetra. Splash goes down as well. They got to move here. Madness gets found out by the Splash. No follow-up from his teammates to trade him out. That's going to be losing that killer whale. One of the players tries to sneak across. They don't make it. They need to score now, but the footballs go down. The super jump is seen, and that's going to be game 3 going to White Noise. Now, this might be difficult to come back from, but it's not impossible here. We saw what can happen with the Ascension set when Penguin was down 1-4, but was able to reverse the entire set. They were also down, I believe, 0-3 in this situation, going into Tower Control Eeltail. By far, not over yet. We're going to have to see if Seafoam is able to adapt, though. They're going to have to change up a little bit of what they're doing. I wonder if we're going to be seeing any comp changes here. I'm not sure how I feel about the 52 with the flings, though. There's going to be very low poke power. And while you do have a tri-strike from the slosher, they're not going to be able to get it quite frequently, and you're left with a bit of limited options to help that bucket get kills. I even think something more aggressive like the bucket deco might even work, just to help get them in, being able to put some more aggressive pressure. And we are seeing an adaptation, but not the way I expected. We're going to be switching over to the sloshing machine for the increased survivability and a heavy splatling from Barry. Haven't typically seen Barry on the heavy, but it's definitely one of the better weapons in crab meta and is good against the heavy aggression from the Tetra, so that seems to be the plan here. Early crabs coming out on both sides. The AoE mode is able to pressure it quite significantly, but not able to find a kill, and the opening pick is going to Seafoam this time around. Now, getting the bridge on this map is absolutely crucial, especially since it's split. You need to get both sides of it, so it's going to be a battle for the teams to get up there. And so far, Seafoam elected to not really keep the top left there, which I think would have been a bit better for them, and that's going to lead to an early push from White Noise, and you can see they already have control of that bridge. The heavy gets picked off by the Tetra. They do get traded out, but the crab tank is going to control a lot of space, and there's no backline to contest it. Two go down, though. Shadow's going to have to try to stay alive in this corner. Vacuum going to be popped on the tower. Can be contested, but they struggle to find the angles on it. Able to pick it off there. Jump gets picked. It's only the Splash-O-Matic stuck in a Booyah Bomb. Able to walk away, though, and get a jump out to stay alive. Tetra jumps in, but they are aware of it. Seafoam cannot be this passive, though. They're sitting in mid. They need to get the top left bridge. You need that crab up there, or a gal, or something. Machine gonna opt to do it this time, and the gal is trying to push the right side of the bridge. Tetra goes down. Whale's gonna be exceptionally useful with the limited high ground. Does a lot of damage. No kill here. And it looks like they're going to try to hold this corner, but they get found out. Has to pop the crab early. Booyah does a good job moving the crab even further in the corner. The Tetra trades, but Seafoam still has the better map control, but they are lacking that top left side of the bridge. Madness is trying to hold it for now, or Max, excuse me. But they do go down, not able to set up quite on the high ground. And it's a good start, but not enough for Seafoam here. They're going to need a bit of a stronger push than that. Rapid has the vacuum at the ready. Wavebreaker in a very interesting spot, going behind that left side, just trying to stall for a little bit, it seems. But there's that crab on the bridge I've been talking about. Electing to use the other one on the tower might be a little bit early. Doesn't have the best angle. And now both crabs are going to be gone. That's a lot of stalling lost. And now the defending crab going to be able to force Jared to jump out. Taco being backed up on this Rapid Blaster. And just Orion in mid trying to make something happen. Is able to at least distract enough. And Max has to pop the Booyah Bomb. Seafoam still lacks anyone on the other side of the bridge, though. And with the tower out of mid, they're not going to be able to get it quite easily. It's much better to try to use the tower to get someone up there than anything else. But you have to do that very early on the push, because it moves away from there quite quickly. Rapid with some help can be able to break the crab. I don't know if the Tetra can get away with that position, though. They do get picked off. A trade at least happens on the Max thanks to the burst bomb from Jared. But it's just Taco. They're going to be chased out of here. Will they pop the vacuum to save the jump? No! They're going to try to pop it for themselves, but it's far too late for that. Max going to have to blow the Booyah Bomb again, though. Not able to set it up there. We're going to see the Wavebreaker up to cover the right side, essentially acting as a fifth player to get the part of the bridge that their team doesn't control. Max and Madness now on the bridge, but now we're seeing the opposite problem. There's too many people on one bridge, and the other bridge is vacated. The second the Wavebreaker goes down, it's a bit hard to hold. Fizzy gets a pick, though, and it's just the heavy. Seafoam cannot seem to get proper positioning on this push, and they're going to need to get one player on each side, one player on the tower, and then a fourth player can be more flexible if they want to make this push happen. They're finding consistent kills in the middle of the map. They're able to get these pushes started, but not quite far enough. It'd also be helpful if Max is able to hold that Booyah Bomb a little bit longer and use it more midway. Wavebreaker in an excellent spot securing the high ground, but once again, no player on the top right side of the map. And Seafoam is struggling to push in here. The Booyah Bomb's going to melt through that crab tank here. Second crab being used for Seafoam, but the tower is not there. They are able to find a pick on an April. If they can kill Taco here, that'd be huge. But the vacuum is going to keep them alive at least for a little bit longer. That being said, it's also going to completely stop them from walling out the bridge. They're going to be backed up. Madness going very greedy for a kill, very risky when it has that killer whale, but it does pay off. And Seafoam finally, with the setup they need, Wavebreaker covering the low ground, and if they can use that wave and Booyah Bomb, they should be able to secure the tower going a bit further. Splash trying to stop it early, and it's 1 point away. It's not quite there, and they go down 1 point off the lead. And it's not enough. There's only 10 seconds left in the game. They're going to have to get back to the tower. Madness with the wall, going to pressure off the Rapid. Not going to touch the tower himself, though. Someone else is going to have to. Rapid goes down. Whale going to be used on the crab tank. Going to keep it in the corner. But nobody is on the objective. And White Noise barely takes game 4. There's a lot of good advantages from Seafoam, but it feels like they aren't really familiar with how to play that map mode. Really struggling to get the left side of the bridge. And when they did finally set up, the displacement specials just came out a bit too late. The second that Wavebreaker was gone, Orion pushed in. And there was only a few seconds between that and the Booyah Bomb and Killer Whale. But those few seconds were enough for him to secure the tower just in the nick of time. Seafoam is now going to have to do one of the hardest things in a competitive game. Reverse sweep a best of 9, winning 5 games in a row. We'll see if they can do it. Game 1, Rainmaker Museum. Now, Taco is a rapid one trick. They've been playing it for quite a while. Not the best weapon right now, but still able to work, as we've been seeing. Seafoam gonna elect to get off the 52 and the machine, off the 52 and the heavy, but gonna be keeping the machine for this one. A little bit of a comp adaptation, once again, a bit more survivability, but wants to keep the 10 missiles to help push in, and that's gonna be a lot of damage on the left side of the map to find an early pick. Rapid has aggressive positioning, and is gonna have to reposition, and during that time, Seafoam absolutely ran through mid. We actually see the splatter shot come out from Madness here with that Trizuka, not something we've seen too often lately. But they're able to secure the first checkpoint fairly quickly. Max tries to sneak in, but does get found out before he can use that wall jump and get a nice clip. And that is going to be a very early setup from Graveyard. The first checkpoint, from White Noise. And that first checkpoint, while useful, is still very quick and easy to get. And we're going to see it flip right the other way just after. One of the members of White Noise goes down, though, 2 down before Max gets picked off. And the Rapid's going to have to back off here. Going to try to just walk all the way away. A mine's going to mark them just for good measure. And Seafoam slowly getting map control. They're starting from the left side, though. That takes the longest to get toward the enemy plat. Crab Tank being popped on the defending team. Going to find a kill before the reset. Tetra in their face with the support of the Crab Tank, able to find a kill. Reef Slider gonna be popped for the style points. Who needs Reef Sliders? We're gonna be trying to pop the Rainmaker Shield in mid. Tetra does go down, though. And Seafoam is pushing in slowly but surely. They're getting a bit of control. The Rapid's backed up right now. The Crab's going to have to be used to hold. Finds an instant kill here. Machine not able to get quite the right angle, and it's just the Splash, who's better be close to a Crab tank. No, they're in mid trying to shark a kill, and they might get that. No, they don't. But the Rainmaker's going to run right past them either way and get all the way to 35. Bit more of a lead extension for White Noise. There's a jump coming in here. You will need the Splash's help with that Tetra. Is able to get there just in the nick of time. And another chance for Seafoam. But if they're not able to get into mid quickly, these jumps could be a problem. Jared does not inflate the sponge enough, though, and gets picked on the way out. 2v2 here. Rapid Blaster putting a lot of pressure on the Splash, and Seafoam consistently finding themselves stuck on the left side of the map here. And the enemy comp is just able to constantly run through them here. You see Taka with the vacuum. Probably doesn't want to pick it up this time around so they can try to use it for a bit of extra points. Going to be popping it nice and early. Rainmaker going to be running into the vacuum. Going to be able to get some points for sure. Does go down to the Flings Roller. Going to be able to run them over through the vacuum. Nice play there. The Tetra's still there. Going to be able to insta-pop the shield with a Reef Slider. Jared grabs it. Going to get just a tiny bit extra points for good measure. Max going to be Booyah Bombing. Tries to get shredded by the Splash, but not quite fast enough. It's only the Rapid, and Seafoam is starting to pick up the pace here to get into mid, but not before Max goes down. They're at least able to trade out. Madness finds another, but the Tetra is still up front, and we don't really see the swap in map control that we wanted. Barry does have 10 missiles at the ready, though. Gonna try to use them to push in. Is able to lock all 4, but Seafoam is all on the left side of the map. Even the Crab being used there. I think it's a bit of a wrong play here. They're not really set up to push. They're just kind of stuck in the middle of the map. And White Noise just stalling forever on the right side. Reef Slider gets canceled by the Rainmaker of all things. And we do see the Zuka to open things up here. Crab on the top could get shredded. Yes, it does. Nice bomb there. Hits the back of it. Another player drops. That's not what they wanted to do. Tetra needs to go down, though. That Tetra behind the Rainmaker could be brutal. Booyah Bomb being popped. But the vacuum going to stall it out. Booyah does find its way behind the vacuum. Does pick it. But not before Jared gets that Rainmaker. That kill was huge. If he wasn't able to pick it off, they could have surely ran to the lead. Shadow's going to try to break it away, but it's just a few points off. One goes down. Tetra low. Tetra dead. Only 2 on the defending side. Splash is desperately running through the team. Not able to get enough, but that shield needs to get popped. Zuka finds a kill. Tetra Dooley needs to go down. They're going to run the Rainmaker, but they go down 1 point before the lead. It's just a bit too soon. Booyah gets canceled, and Barry goes down once again. Seafoam 1 point away from the lead, but it's not enough. White Noise gonna be popping the Crab tank, gonna stall for a good 9 seconds of time if no one's able to stop them. 20 seconds left with the Rainmaker reset into mid. Seafoam gonna pop that Booyah Bomb and Crab tank early, is able to find the Tetra Dooley. Machine drops in. Booyah weakens someone, but they're staying alive. Gets through and kills the Flingza and gets damage onto the Splash. 2 go down, though. Seafoam is going to have an opportunity to push. They got to be real careful for the Tetra Dooley trying to sneak his way in. Here he comes for the Rainmaker. They are able to pick him off. They have the Zuka to deal with opponents on the high ground. It's going to need to hit some excellent shots. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Not able to find April. Gets sniped by the Crab. Max trying to deal with it now. They're going to have to waste a bit of time. The Crab will be able to be negated. There goes the second Crab. If the Rainmaker can live, they have at least burned through both Crab tanks and the vacuum. But their team's going to be pushing in. Shadow trying to dodge for his life. Barry gets the kill. They could push on the right side, but I don't think they're going to risk it. One's behind the Rainmaker, though. Jared sneaks behind them somehow, and is going to be able to pick them up, and that will be White Noise. Taking a not so clean, as I mean the games were quite close in a few places, 5-0 over Seafoam. That has got to be one of the hardest sets to get. So close to victory, so many games, but just barely off on a lot of them. It's a 5-0, but it was close. Like, actually. Definitely discouraging, but a little bit better from Seafoam, and they definitely could have taken it. Good showing from them, did their best, and congrats to White Noise on the victory.